So, welcome to another video. Today we are taking a look at the On CLOUDULTRA Pro. So, let's get started. I have been running around 250 Ks in this bad boy. It's a newly released trail shoe from On, where they've used the newest technologies from their lab in Switzerland. And if we're taking a look at it, it's like 38 millimeters of stack height in the heel and 36 millimeters of stack height in the forefoot, equating to a 6 millimeter drop. On is using their Helion HF foam, which is pebax based. So it tends to be like really squishy and bouncy, but On has stabilized and tuned this foam for the trails. So if you're looking for an ultra shoe or maximum stack height trail shoe, this is On's offer for you. So On use their Mission Grip outsole, and this is very important for the trail shoes. If we're looking at this boomerang shaped trail locks, in the midfoot they are only 2.5 millimeters, and if you look at the bigger points in the ends and on the heels, we're looking at 3.5 millimeters of locks. In here we have a little winged forked plate. It equates to the channel here in the middle. It's forked and it's made of nylon, so it tends to be a bit more flexible, so you can actually flex this shoe, but it still allows a bit of help and a bit of pop at toe off for those longer distance and ultra runs. So if we take a look at the upper, it's a weaved sewn upper from On called Leono. Reusable mesh upper, so it's pretty airy. If you can see it here, like you can see through, so it tends to be like really cooling. I have had no issues in this toe box. It's a bit wider, a bit more rounded in the end, allowing for more space for the feet, especially for those ultra and long distance trail runs. The rocker geometry is quite late and quite aggressive here in the end, also allowing for a smoother ride, especially if you get further into this distance on the run. As said, this shoe is made for ultra running and was used at UMTB last year by all the On athletes. If we take a look at the weight of this shoe, it's claimed of On to be 265 grams for US men's 9. Here I got a US men's 9 as it's my size. I weighed it in on the scale and it comes pretty close, only 1 gram separating it. I've really enjoyed this ride and it really ticks a lot of the boxes for me, as especially a road runner that goes to the trails. It's super squishy, super soft and forgiving, and I really like to use this on my gravel runs in the forest. And also I've tested this shoe out being in Austria at some of the mountain trails, and it really performed there. Even though if you get to some very technical rocky terrain, it really has its limitations, as it's high stack height and a bit unstable on foot, especially for me not running that much trail. When I get tired, I tend to like pronate a bit too much because of the stack height, and then I think on the more technical terrain I will maybe opt for the On CLOUDULTRA 3, who uses the same technologies and this shoe, but has a lower stack height, and it's tuned a bit different in the Helion HF foam to be a bit more firm and a bit more controlled. I haven't had the shoe in for testing yet, but I tried it on and for one run while I was in Austria, and it felt like super great, super low to the ground, more like a normal trail shoe, I would say, where this is really like hitting the trail super shoe market, and I think would be one of the most exciting trail shoes for 2025. Yeah, there was a short review of the On CLOUDULTRA Pro. and it costs 170 euros, so quite expensive, but also here you get a pebax foam, super technical developed shoe from On, with this sawtooth laces. So if you would like to try it, I will surely give it a try. No red flags for me, and I will definitely also opt for this in winter time here in Denmark, when it gets a bit more snowy, to use it maybe for intervals to have a bit more grip, as I also think this tends to be really good on asphalt, with the only 3.5mm locks. So thanks for tuning in, and remember to subscribe, like, and then hit the comments if you want me to do more reviews, if you want to see a shoe, or if I can do something better. That will really be a help. So thanks for today, and enjoy the run.